Welcome to today's episode of the DDC podcast. I'm your host, Daniela Del Carpio, and I'm so happy to have you join me on this journey of unlocking your true potential. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode of this podcast. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. So let's get started. So the first question was, I want to start with my fitness journey, but I feel that I'm not ready yet. Any tips? Well, let me tell you, you're never going to be ready. You're never going to feel like, okay, now is the right time for me to get started. Now things seems to be going the right way. Now I feel ready. Trust me, that's never going to happen. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, you're probably going to be waiting for months and weeks and days and years, and that's never going to happen. If you're waiting for things to get better, if you're waiting for your work maybe not to get too busy, if you're waiting for your relationship to get better, if you're waiting for the weather to get better, if you're waiting for something, you're just gonna keep waiting. Often the reason why we feel like we need to wait for the perfect moment to get started, it's maybe because we are afraid of something, maybe because we are not ready to commit, maybe because we are too comfortable in that routine, doing the things that we are doing, and we know that, okay, if I jump on this fitness journey, that means that I have to change the way I eat. I have to start with a new meal plan or training program. I have to start going to the gym. I need to commit to do this thing. And that can often be very scary. And that can often be something that holds you back. So next time you're thinking about, or if you're listening to this right now and you feel like, I don't know, I need to wait for the perfect time, there's just never going to be a perfect time. If you truly want to make a change, please do something about it right now. Like, this is your sign. If you're listening to this is me telling you, get up, do something, ask for help, reach out, because that perfect time, that perfect moment will never be here. And also something I want to remind you is that if you can do something right now that things might be a little bit too challenging, or that your life might be too busy with work and when things going on, this is only going to make things much easier for you when things get better. Because if you can do it during the times that are very challenging, you will be able to do it during the times that are much, much easier, which means you have already built those habits and routines that you can continue doing this for a long time. And remember, we're trying to make this a lifestyle, not just a quick fix. Okay, the second question is, what do you mean by procrastination is not about being lazy? Okay, I think this person asked this question because I always talk about how when we procrastinate about something, it's not because we are being lazy, but it's mainly because we are afraid that we're going to fail. We are afraid that we are not going to meet our own expectations, or we're not going to meet someone else's expectations, maybe your partner, maybe your friend, maybe someone at work. And that can also be something that can hold you back. I think sometimes we can set very unrealistic goals for ourselves. So we procrastinate because we know that we are not able to achieve that thing. And that's something that it's only going to make you feel like, I think same as the other question, it's kind of going to make you feel like I need to wait for the right moment. Or I'm going to get started with my podcast once I have more followers. I'm going to get started with my fitness journey once I join the gym. I'm going to get started with meal plan once I go buy groceries. I don't know. I'm going to get started with my business once I save more money. There's so many things we often procrastinate, and it's just because of that fear that we have inside us. So next time you want to do something, it can be something with your fitness. It can be something with your business. It can be you wanting to change jobs. It can be you maybe trying to get out of that relationship. It can be you wanting to do something, but you just putting that thing back or holding it too long. Just think about, okay, what is actually happening? Why don't I want to start with this? What is holding me back? Because you need to have that conversation with yourself to actually find out and realize what exactly is going on and what exactly is holding you back. Because it's often more than just being lazy that you're putting that thing back. So remember, it's fear, it's not meeting expectations, and it's just being afraid of something. Okay, next question. Someone asked, what's the difference between hunger, appetite, and cravings? Saw it on your stories, lol. So this was something that I was talking about with my team, so the DDC team. Last week we do group calls every Wednesday. So in here I was just explaining the main difference between the three things, because I think this is something we can get confused. This is something that we feel maybe on a daily basis, and I think it's very important for all of us to know exactly what these words mean. So number one, let's start with hunger. So hunger is something physical. Hunger is your body asking you to eat something because your body needs the energy and your body needs the nutrients. So when you're hungry, you're gonna want to eat anything that you see. Even if it's something like salad, even if you see lettuce, tomatoes, carrots, cucumbers, you're gonna look at that plate as something that is very delicious, very yummy, and you're gonna eat it no matter what because you're hungry. You just wanna have something in your mouth. You just wanna get that energy. You wanna get those nutrients. And once you have that salad, you might feel satisfied because you're like, okay, nice. I just ate something. I'm feeling much, much better now. So that's being hungry. Appetite, it's mainly to do with the things that you see or something that you smell or the environment around you. For example, it's lunch break, okay? You just had your lunch, then you're gonna go for a walk with your workmates and you walk past a bakery. And when you're walking past the bakery, you can see the muffins, you can see the cake, you can smell the coffee, you can smell the cookies, you can see people eating at the bakery, which means you might feel like having a muffin or you might feel like having a coffee or a cookie, not because you're hungry, because you just ate something, remember, you just had your lunch, but it's mainly because of the environment, the smell, and the sight. So that's having an appetite. It's nothing specific, it's just your environment and not being hungry, and the things that you see, you feel like you want to eat that thing. So that's appetite. In cravings, it's something completely different. So cravings is when you have, or when you're craving or wanting something very, very specific. So think about that one thing that you really, really like, or that one thing that you're missing right now. For example, for me, something that I always love and I always crave is ice cream. I just love ice cream. And my cravings for ice cream are just much, much higher whenever I go on a caloric deficit. So because something is very specific, that's when you know you're craving something. And you're just constantly thinking about that thing. For example, the ice cream. You're constantly thinking about the ice cream. You're trying to do your work, but you cannot concentrate because your mind is thinking about the ice cream. You lose your focus and you just can't help it, but you feel like you want to go and have that ice cream. That's when you know you have the cravings. So just quickly, hunger is physical. Appetite is mainly to do with your environment, the smell and the sight. And cravings is something very, very specific. Okay, next question is, how can I stay motivated to exercise regularly? Well, let me tell you that motivation comes and goes. Motivation is not going to be there all the time. So before you go and rely on motivation to help you get started with everything, my advice will be find out exactly what's the reason that you started with this fitness journey, or what's the reason that you started working out. Because if you're doing this, I'm assuming you have a goal that you want to reach. So that goal, that why, has to be very, very strong. And that's the one thing that's going to help you and keep you going. If you only tell me, I just want to exercise to lose weight, fine. But why do you want to lose weight? Is this going to help you long term? Maybe you have back issues. Maybe you have some knee issues that's going to help you get better and feel better. If that's the case, knowing your why, it's going to make things much easier for you. That's going to be your motivation, because motivation will be there at the beginning when you start, when you get excited about something. But the more you do it, the less motivated you're going to be. So don't rely on that. Think about the reason why you're doing this. And my next question and last question is, what's the right way to set fitness goals? This is a really good question, but I feel like there's no like a right or wrong answer. I think something that I will do, or the way that I will do it, I'm going to tell you right now so you can use it for yourself. The first thing is to know what my main goal is. So what's the big picture? For example, I really want to lose weight. Let's say that's my main goal. Fine, that's your goal. And now you want to break it down into smaller steps. Because if you just tell me you want to lose weight and you don't tell me how you're going to get there, then it's going to be pretty much impossible for you to reach that goal. But if you want to make it more clear for yourself, set some goals, break it down into small steps, so it's much, much easier for you to reach that thing. So now that you know you want to lose weight, the next step will be to reach out for help, get help. Talk to someone that knows more about this, or get help from a coach. Then set like a specific goal for the next 4 weeks. Okay, in the next 4 weeks, I want to focus mainly on my nutrition. In the next 8 weeks, I want to focus mainly on building habits. That way you can break it down and slowly reach that big goal that you have, that is losing weight. I hope this episode was helpful. I hope you guys found some useful information from these questions. If you like this episode, make sure to take a screenshot, share it on your stories, and tag me at Daniela Del Carpio. If you have any questions, don't forget to send it to me on Instagram so I can help you guys and share my knowledge. Until next time, and as I always say, don't ever stop believing in yourself. Ciao.